Hello everybody, it's I, Zankoku, and here I am making a video in front of my collection. One of my lights died, so a bit darker than normal. And yeah, it's been a while since I've done a proper video, but YouTube has kind of forced my hand here. And so let me just get right into it. So the other day I went onto YouTube, and instead of having the normal homepage where you get a bunch of the video recommendations, I got what I consider the pink screen of doom. Yes, that's right. I received a community guidelines strike, and it's rather upsetting. So my most popular video, the video that has over 8 million views, the video that's been on my channel for several years, like 3 or 4 at least, video that has pretty much drove most of my subscriptions, most of the traffic to my channel comes from that video. And yeah, it sucks. It sucks. That video is now gone, completely gone. And I appealed their decision, and I've actually appealed community guideline strikes before successfully. Generally, I get a response back in a few days. However, this response was less than 24 hours, which means only one thing. No one actually reviewed the video. No human eyes actually looked at the video. There's no way that they would get back that soon from an appeal if they had human people watching these videos. If they were, they're not even really paying attention. I bet you there's an algorithm that takes into account all kinds of things, like how many subscribers they have, whether they're partnered, whether they, do monetization, the genres, things like that. And if you don't meet the certain point criteria to trigger a human review, the algorithm, the bot, will automatically deny your appeal. And yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you another example of how YouTube does not treat all its content creators fairly and equitably. That YouTube definitely plays favorites. I mean, my video did not have any dead people in it, but whatever. I'm sure my return video is definitely going to show up on everybody's notifications, just like a certain person will go unnamed. Whatever. Yes. Anyways, so it sucks. It is definitely annoying, and at first I was very angry. I wanted to make a video where I basically cussed out YouTube, told them to go F off, and that they're all a bunch of cowards and hypocrites. But, after the initial rage, it was just mainly disappointment and a little depression, because here's something that I worked really hard on, and I got great joy to see lots of people watching the video, and a lot of people liking the video and wanting to have more of that type of content. It was really cool. I had something that I could hang my head on. All my other sort of goals for my channel have pretty much fallen apart and died. I mean, but at least I've got to say, hey, look, I got a video that has 8 million views. There's some huge mega channels that can't even get that many views on a single video, but I managed to do it somehow. I don't know, but now that's gone. Now it's no longer even on YouTube. The view count no longer counts towards my lifetime views and my minutes watched, and any sort of notion of dreams of any kind of sort revolving around that video are, well, pretty much dead now. So what does this mean for my channel and everything else? Well, in the short term, it means I can't do any more live streams. Yeah, I will not be able to live stream until May. So, no more the Zankoku Tenshi show. No more impromptu live streams where I'm trying to play games, battling input delay and stream lag through my daisy chain setup. I mean, it's fun and frustrating at the same time. Whatever. I mean, so disappoint a handful of people who actually enjoy that type of stuff. I'm sorry, Jim the Thug. You're going to have to hold on to your nightmarish would you rather questions for later. Yeah, it's bad. But so I'm not going to be any live streaming on YouTube in the near future. I did a live stream last night on Twitch just to kind of like talk and get out my feelings on some of these things, and I don't think anyone actually watched that because my Twitch channel is practically dead anyway. So I mean, I guess it was never alive to begin with. But so there's that. And of course, in the short term, I have 1 strike against me, which means 2 more strikes kills my channel with no possibility of revival. And the scary part is, like, that video, the Kiss XS video, my opinion was probably one of the tamest things I'd done on That's Fucked Up, besides MM. So, God, if they can hit that, man, who knows? I mean, so, yeah, till May, I could, one day my channel could be completely gone. So every time I go click on the browser and go to YouTube, I kind of hold my breath a little bit. So, which is bullshit because, and I've made a complete video about this already, about how, like, going through every single step of their community guidelines for what was considered wrong on my video, and just show examples of mainstream, popular, huge YouTube channels and famous people doing way worse things. And until YouTube actually develops a system of communication where they go, hey, look, at 5 minutes 22 seconds this occurred, and that is not okay. Without that, you've got this vague, and it's probably vague by design, so YouTube can basically just say, hey, we're going to remove your video for no reason because we just want to. I mean, that's what the terms of service should be. It should just be, we get to remove your videos whenever the heck we want to, and put your channel in jeopardy and disable a bunch of features just on a whim, and you're just going to have to deal with it, and if you can't deal with it, well, get the fuck out. That's what it should be. That's what the terms of service should be, but whatever. So in practice, it's not, and so therefore I feel like YouTube has betrayed my trust. YouTube has violated its own terms that I agreed with in good faith, that they would actually be fair and just and treat people equally. It's funny how Google and YouTube are all for net neutrality, but they don't want to practice any form of video neutrality or creator content neutrality. Hell no. So, I mean, it's definitely hypocritical to try to force, cable companies to do things that they don't want to do with their business when you don't want to do certain things with your business that are pretty much the same. So, whatever. Anyways, so that is what that is. So, in the short term, oh my gosh, things could go really, really bad. In the long term, it means that That's Fucked Up is officially dead on YouTube. There will be no further episodes of that series until a time comes where I'm comfortable enough to put out an episode. A time will come where I will see that YouTube is actually going to take their responsibilities seriously when it comes to the two-way street that is their service and content creators. And, I, started my channel in good faith that they would, fulfill their end of the bargain, and they didn't, so I'm really upset about that. But, you know, it's their place. They can do what they want. Does that mean that there will never, ever be another episode of That's Fucked Up? No. I might end up putting some videos on my Minds channel, or at a time if there's a reasonable alternative for YouTube, I will put those videos up there, which is kind of sad because I actually, you know, secretly, I didn't want to be saying anything because I wanted to be surprising people, but I've actually been in the works for 3 episodes. 3 episodes, I know. One of them is pretty much like close to done. I mean, I've got this, it's a 100% scripted, and I've got all the footage. All I need to do is record the audio and edit all the video stuff back. I mean, sure, that's probably part of the hardest part of it, but still, the other video, completely scripted. I've got most of the footage, and the third video is about 75% scripted, and I kind of have to find the video for that stuff yet. So yeah. So yeah, I mean, so yeah, I'm gonna have to really think hard about what I'm gonna do with my channel now, since everything I've done has now become a spectacular failure. You know, the movie reviews never really got much traction, unless I was talking about something batshit crazy and salacious like Daughter of Darkness. My God, I can't believe that review, where I literally have no clips and it's just me talking to the camera, getting over 200,000 views. Interesting, but unusual when it comes to that situation. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm in a bad situation, I guess. I really got to think of like what I can do. I mean, you know, once I get streaming back, maybe I'll just try to stream more or whatever. I don't know. You know, it's weird because, like, you know, I do mostly horror movies when it comes to reviews, but yeah, I guess I'm really not considered a horror channel, and I feel like I'm like sort of this in between place where I'm just not enough of one thing, you know, to be in that that sort of field. So I don't know. I feel a little shook right now and kind of depressed, and it's sad because I've had a really rough week. Something happened at work the other day that really eroded my soul, and then I like destroyed my finger. It's getting better. It was a nice shade of purple beforehand. It hurt a lot when I touched it. Now it doesn't hurt quite as bad unless I hit like this one spot. But I don't think it's broken because I don't think I would be able to do things like that. But anyway, so it's just like all of a sudden a bunch of things piled on and was annoying. Plus my controller. My Xbox One controller is starting to wear out. I noticed that the right analog stick, when I'm going left, is a lot slower than I'm going right. And I thought, okay, whatever, I can, you know, how important that is, I'll up the sensitivity to try to compensate for it. And I realized that maybe the reason why it's getting worn out is because you really do need to use that stick in that direction a lot of times. And you really don't realize that until you have a problem with that. And you're like, wow. So I am constantly going that way. So that's probably the reason why that kind of wore out, which is kind of weird. I don't know how that actually happens. I'm not the mechanical engineer. So that's another bummer thing. I'm going to have to spend some money and replace my controller. Oh well, you know, it's what it is. It's what it is anyways. So, yeah. So I just wanted to have this video, tell you what's going on. So, you know, soon my subscriber count will probably start getting into the negatives. And, you know, once, you know, 15,000 is going to whittle itself to probably under 10,000, probably even less than that. And I guess that's the breaks. You know, my goal, it was kind of a pipe dream of 100,000 subscribers and getting that nifty silver play button. It's pretty much dead now. I mean, it was kind of not going to ever happen anyways, but I thought, you know, there was hope. There was still a chance. But instead, pretty much everything is dashed. And I mean, like, I was seriously contemplating just deleting the channel and just throwing my hands up and giving up and saying, you know what, screw it. But I won't do that. The only way they're getting rid of me is by terminating my channel, or an actual competitor with better policies and more friendly, more open, actually talks to you, comes along, then, you know, I'll jump ship in a heartbeat. But until then, I'll think about stuff, try to figure out what I'm going to do with my channel. Maybe I'll just keep doing reviews, keep hitting my head against the wall until I die or, you know, pass out, whatever. It's just sad because it's things like you put a lot of work into something, and it's like your child in a way, you know. I mean, it's like about 90, like 1%. It's about like 1% of like having a child, but it's something you've created, you worked hard on, and then you see it come to life, and you see people enjoy it, and you're bringing happiness to certain people, comedy, you know, things like that, and then to just have it basically murdered in front of you, and then being thrown in a ditch, not even giving it a proper burial, is angering and disappointing and saddening. I don't even know if it's like sad. That's probably a word, right? I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, which it sucks too, because I was planning to do a nice Valentine's Day or Valentine's Day evening surprise live stream. Maybe I'll do it on Twitch, but I don't know how they like alcohol consumption on Twitch. I'm not sure. I'll have to read up on that. But I was gonna get like some alcoholic beverages, and I was just gonna basically, you know, do a live stream for all those single people who've got no lives and got no loves, and you can all commiserate together and talk about the ones that got away, the ones that destroyed our lives, the ones that maybe we ended up doing wrong. I don't know, things like that. But that plan is dead, so oh well. Anyways, maybe I could Periscope it. Periscope is such a weird platform, man. If I go on Periscope, they're just going to ask me to take off my shirt or something like that. Anyways, okay. So, yeah. But, yeah, it's disappointing. It's upsetting. But it is what it is, so I guess I'm just going to have to move on and figure things out from here. Well, until next time, you guys stay sexy, internet, okay? Seriously. But don't be too sexy, because YouTube will fucking just sit on your ass. Unless you've got, your last name is Paul. If your last name is Paul, you can basically get away with anything. I mean, all you have to do is just, you know, have that last name and be a complete douche. Maybe that's what I should be. I should just start being like a complete douche and act like an asshole. And then like find some people, you know, find some dead people to feature on my channel, and I'll blow up and everyone will love me. I mean, you know, I'll go over to the neighbor's house with camera and just terrorize them. That's probably how you have to do it this day and age on YouTube, right? Right? Or you gotta play Fortnite. Fortnite looks so boring to me. Anyways, or PUBG, which also looks kind of boring to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy. Yeah. Anyways, like I said, stay sexy, internet. And hopefully I'll see you guys later.